Another week, another Daredevil Born Again episode. We've been waiting so patiently, especially after how the previous episode ended, man, with that, that skull logo, so recognizable, but we know that was no Frank Castle.
Nope.
We know.
It wasn't.
That entire episode, by the way, the Hector Ayala's case.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Great writing. Phenomenal. And then the end, shattering.
Dude, it killed me, especially when, at the end of the credits when you could hear the cookies, like that broke me, man. Dude, that still hurts, man. Like, it still has me in my feels, and it hurts. Justice for him.
Justice for White Tiger. Yeah, I want to see the rage now. I need Matt Murdock to get justice.
I need
real
these
justice.
assholes to pay.
Yeah,
that's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like, bring the Punisher, please.
Guys, if you're new here, my name is Ari,
and I'm Denise.
Welcome. If you guys want to catch the full-length reaction alongside us with your own copy, that's going to be available on our Patreon. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And with that being said, we'll catch you guys after the show. That's all of his stuff, huh? All of White Tiger's stuff.
Yeah. Oh, no.
His amulet. Where is that going to end up?
Someone needs to get that away from them.
9mm to the temple, execution style projectile.
Not recovered. High velocity jacketed, maybe even custom.
Oh, wow.
Did you know who found the casing?
It's not on the body. It's not my problem.
They're covering it up, aren't they?
Of course they are. It has to be NYPD.
I want to see my uncle, Hector Ayala.
Uncle, huh?
I want to see what they did to him.
It's best you remember Hector the way he was.
She deserves to have that amulet, man.
Yeah.
It's part of their...
She's so young.
Family.
Please.
We don't know. We don't know that, Angela.
I mean...
You're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You ain't dumb. You got in the middle of something.
Yeah.
Asshole cops were dirty. You got him out of jail.
And they
put a
hated
bullet
that.
through his head.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate this city, and no one's ever going to do anything about it, because he was just Hector from the Heights, and they're the cops.
You know those words are going to hit him hard.
Yeah. She's so distraught.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
I know.
It's really not fair. What do you even do with this?
You have to believe that someone will find his killer. We have to believe it.
Yeah, because this is not justice.
No.
Not at all.
It's like you said in the previous episode, right? The system didn't fail him this time, but...
All those murals popping up. Oh, shoot.
What's going on here?
Oh, Muse.
Who's that? Who's Muse?
I have a feeling you're gonna meet him and you're gonna find out. I really cannot wait for Matt Murdock to put on the suit again.
I know.
I just need I need to see progress here.
It's so interesting because it really poses the question, what is true justice? Because I feel like neither side really fully covers it. Like, the system doesn't fully cover it, vigilantism doesn't fully cover it. So how can you have a perfect system when the people maintaining it are imperfect?
That is an excellent question. I love how this imagery makes more and more sense.
Yeah.
With all the context we start to have now, the badge crumbling is like, yep, that makes sense.
And hoping that Daredevil is rising from the ashes.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping.
Time to be born, man. Please.
Please be born again. Time for reincarnation, buddy.
I think I gotta take off.
Dude, Fisk is riding you way too hard. This whole in by 8.
7, actually.
Oh, God.
Any normal job, we would take a few more shots, sleep on the train, take a shower, go to work, and do it all over again.
Gosh. No sleep, huh?
I remember those days.
What can I say? I love the guy.
Oh, God.
You drank the Kool-Aid.
Supposed to meet with the CleanGreen Haulers. It's this new tech company with this dope recycling ideas.
Uh-huh.
I know you're gonna say union contracts, but we're gonna start with the ports.
If we're not gonna keep drinking, can we at least get some food?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay, come on, we're going.
Gotta keep up, man. That's what you signed up for. As soon as you said, let's go out.
Fine, let's get Captain Planet here a cab.
Nah, man, the White Tiger mural in the background.
Man, you can't eat that. Hey, Wilcox, are these boxes evidence? Nah. Ready? Let's go.
That thing is just calling, huh?
And it will keep calling him.
I heard Hector's niece came to the morgue.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Did she...
No kid should see that.
Good. Yeah.
This is terrible timing, but I need you downtown today.
Understand.
You're kidding me. What now?
It's Leroy Bradford from the city docket. We owe them a freebie this month.
You had me at freebie.
Yeah, bills still keep coming, huh? You still got to figure that out.
I thought we might spend some time on something we need to get out into the open.
Oh boy.
Explore this. We can't really make any progress.
Adam. I'd rather not.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk about it, man.
Maybe just for a moment we can acknowledge the affair.
I mean, they have to talk about it.
Ridiculous term. Not a dinner party. Betrayal.
I didn't know when or if you were ever coming back.
You know I wouldn't stay away.
You left. That was a betrayal.
Oh gosh. There they go.
Tell me about Adam.
You're asking for details?
No, I'm curious about you.
He does not want to hear any of this.
Why him?
Oh God, that's gotta be
It was
hard
his
to listen
hands.
to.
His hands drew beautiful sketches. I mean, just...
Can we not?
This is so uncomfortable.
He wasn't part of my husband's world.
What world is that? Politics?
Business.
Business. Yes, let's just call it that.
Has infidelity been a part of your marriage before this?
Absolutely not.
You left, which felt like taking half of me away.
No, she's so upset about that.
Did that trigger something for you, Vanessa?
Clearly it did.
He was in textiles.
Childhood trauma.
He would leave for weeks at a time. He drank, gambled. His behavior aided my mother. I never respected her for that.
For staying.
I needed to feel alive, not crushed down. When you left, you hurt me.
Did you end the affair?
I never had the opportunity.
What happened to Adam?
I think we can guess.
Wilson, did you confront this man?
Wilson.
We had a dialogue.
Is that what we call it now?
With the fists?
Definitely with the fists.
A clarifying one. It was a conversation, that's all. There's no expression of ill intent. And I told him that I couldn't fathom a life of meaning without her.
No. Yeah, you could see how much he
Where's
loves
Adam
her.
now?
I don't.
6 feet under.
He's like, yeah, I have no idea. He left town.
Are we here to dissolve a marriage or preserve one?
That's a very important question.
Forgiveness isn't just the highest act of love. It is the only way forward. Good work today.
At least they were able to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's progress, but
I'd love to speak to Vanessa alone for a moment, please. Just the two of us.
Why? Is she concerned for her safety?
I mean, that's a red flag. Any therapist would pick up on that. See if she's in danger.
Based on the nature of our discussion today, I feel obligated to ask.
Completely natural.
Do you feel safe in your marriage?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you think?
He would never.
My husband is capable of many, many things. Harming me is not one of them.
Yeah, she's like the one thing he truly loves with a passion.
Well, we have not seen him hurt her at all. Not
Unless
even be
that
like
becomes like a breaking point at some point if he loses it, but it's not in his character just yet.
People they can solve the problem in New York. I wish I could be a vigilante. I'd be out there too.
I love
Hell
this
yeah,
guy, man.
Get out there. Go fix the world.
Go be a vigilante, man. I have faith in you. You got my vote.
Leroy Bradford. Is there a Leroy Bradford?
Is that the guy that they just arrested in front of the deli?
I get the friggin' blind dudes. Bring on the blind justice.
Hey man, you have no idea who you're talking to.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna save your ass.
Complaint against you alleges you stole approximately 5 boxes of fiddle-faddle from a bodega.
Well, I didn't do it.
The thing is, the bodega where this allegedly occurred has a surveillance system involving many cameras.
Yeah.
Now, they've already turned over to the prosecution footage, which they claim shows you stealing the items.
Oh, they got you, man. It's not sounding good for you.
I paid for that shit last week.
Doesn't really work like that, Mr. Bradford. Generally, you pay for what you buy that day.
I saw them cops eating 2 boxes of that shit.
Now, that I'm entirely willing to believe.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have. The complexity of that aside, we're here because they arrested you.
Right. They're not on trial. He is.
They're not responsible for it.
And the bigger problem we have is your rap sheet.
Oh, no.
What I did back then ain't got nothing to do with this.
25 pages of offenses. Handling petty larceny, not to mention the 4 separate cases where you failed to appear in court and they had to issue a bench warrant.
Jeez. This is not looking good.
So what are you trying to tell me to do? Cop out? You a cop out lawyer?
If you take a plea.
No.
Plea deal?
You better go out there and get me my probation.
Probation is not going to be on the table.
I ain't
taking it.
In which case, we're gonna have to talk
I
about
don't want to hear no more shit about in which case.
It's not letting him talk at all.
You hear me? Blind man.
loud and clear.
Then go out there and do your job and get me some probation.
Let me just go get it.
See what I can do.
See? That's funny. Because you can't see shit.
If only you knew. If only you knew, man.
I find it so fascinating how people act around his blindness and how differently they react to it.
8357 Bradford.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a deep sigh.
How about we go 35?
So the guy's looking for probation.
And I'm looking for Mr. Right.
That's funny.
How about you remind your client that the whole point of deterrence is that
discredited penal philosophy, by the way, but okay. You really want to prove a point of some stolen caramel corn on Latvian Heritage Day?
How'd you know I was Latvian?
Pretty sure you snuck a piece of honey cake for breakfast.
Jeez. It's a
Given your cultural sensitivity and your very impressive nose, I'll give your guy 20 days.
Still working on it.
The last time that he actually got probation, which was 11 cases ago by my count, it only took him 2 months before his PO violated him for failure to report.
Oh, come on, man.
Isn't it worth pointing out that the name of the crime we're dealing with here is petty larceny, from the French petit, meaning...
All right.
Petty.
Mr. Bradford can have 10 days.
Okay, there you go. 10 days is not that bad.
I knew you believed in redemption.
Oh, I don't. But I do hope he appreciates you.
Thank you.
Matt, you should appreciate her.
Hey, man. She's giving him the eyes,
Yeah.
too. He's got away with people, doesn't he?
People or the ladies?
The ladies.
What? Oh.
Well, you recognize the... Oh, he recognizes footsteps.
No, just you. Just you there at 6 o'clock.
Officer Powell. Thought I recognized that voice.
Hey, you asshole.
Counselor Murdock. Funny how we keep finding each other like this.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
It's very funny.
Ayala made you look bad, didn't he? Actually, he flat out embarrassed you. And you can't have that at the NYPD. Is that why you did it?
Yeah.
Listen to his heartbeat.
You have yourself a nice day.
He had a family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You can't see this badge, Counselor, because you're blind, but my grandfather wore this badge.
Yeah, and you dishonor him.
And I don't
You
know
don't deserve
nothing
that
about
honor.
nothing to do with what happened to Hector Ayala.
He's telling the truth, I think.
I think so.
He's not lying.
Who obstructs an active investigation? Not something that the Bar Association's going to take lightly.
You'd have to bring a few more than the last time we met, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. You tell him.
I'll be seeing you, Counselor.
Somebody take this guy out, man. I don't like him.
He's like, bring it on. Bring as many people as you want. It's entertainment for him.
I'm so angry.
Okay, so it wasn't him that was involved with the whole Hector thing.
Whatever, take him out too.
Heart of finance, publishing, international diplomacy.
She's just struggling with her.
If I say Red Hook, what words come to mind?
Raves.
Decrepit?
Dirty, too.
Not a good look.
Black eye on the face of the city. Has been for a while. I think we can do better.
Time to rebuild. Build something better.
Complete structural overhaul.
That's not an option.
A total transformation.
Hell yeah, sir.
You can't just decide something and then speak it into existence.
And why is that, Sheila?
There are processes.
Right. Red tape.
There was another mob shooting yesterday, not 50 feet from here.
True.
Damn.
This is an ambitious goal. It's a worthy goal. I'm just saying we need to start smaller.
She does have a point, though.
Well, sometimes you need the aggressive approach to change.
You're giving me problems. I want solutions.
Right. How do we sidestep all of this?
I suppose we would need to conduct a feasibility study, building permits, zoning laws.
Seeing how much it's going to cost.
And we can't get their approval until we ask the public advocate to put it on the docket.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Multiple step. Yep. One
Let's
by
make
one.
it happen.
In the meantime, sir, we do have a full day in front of us.
I'm all yours.
It's crazy how many hoops you have to jump through just to get things done.
Even as a mayor? Yep.
Even as the mayor.
I was basically going to say everything that you did, so.
Sure. Sure, buddy.
No, you weren't.
The other bosses will continue to create havoc until one of them ascends or they all die.
Gonna have to do some cleanup, huh, Mr. Fisk?
Well, he doesn't do things the way he used to anymore, so he has to take them out in a different way.
You are out on Friday.
How is that great news?
Is anything below
Yeah.
30 is a gift. 10 is a miracle.
Yeah, come on, man. He
Seriously.
did you a massive favor.
Last time I got 30 days, know what happened? I missed my SSI appointment and they cut my benefits.
Oh,
Ah, dude.
jeez.
but when they cut it, man, it takes forever to get that shit back regular.
Yeah.
That's why he needed to steal food.
It has ripple effects.
Start eating throwaway crap from supermarket dumpsters, begging for change, for food.
Yeah, that sucks.
I want a dessert, something that don't taste like crap, something that tastes real good. So why not get the caramel corn? I like that shit and it tastes good. They're willing to spend 5 times more to lock me up than they're willing to spend to feed me.
Whoa, the commentary.
Come here and tell me that that's a gift?
Yikes.
That I should thank you?
Damn.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, yeah, it costs money to keep them in there too, right?
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal scene.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
He just has to sit there like, good job. Yeah. He's like, really, guys, you're doing a wonderful job.
I totally screwed up. I went out and I
You know what? Just call the schedulers and have them pull a meeting off the calendar now.
Yeah.
Oof. Daniel, you don't want to be on his bad side.
Yeah, Daniel.
I was here before you and I was here before Fisk, and I will be here long after you're both gone.
Oh, she's got the experience.
She may say some things that they don't like, but they still should listen to her experience.
Mm-hmm.
Just wonderful. Children have such talent.
Wonderful.
Now for our next one.
No.
I'm very busy.
All good, guys. Thank you.
You were wonderful. And as they say, the city never sleeps.
I mean, he stuck through the whole song. You got to respect him for that,
did.
you know?
Green Haulers meeting.
Actually, sir, we've had to pull that off the calendar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
Somebody screwed up.
Leaks happen.
Well, not in my administration, it doesn't.
Oh, boy.
All hands meeting now.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
I present to you the mayor of New York City, Wilson Fisk.
More singing.
More singing. Oh, my God. Is it the same song?
You are all here to help me execute simple promises.
Yeah, he was going to blow up at some point.
Oh, God.
Find out.
It was me, sir.
Oh.
Oh. Damn.
Completely made a mistake. This entire thing is my fault.
Taking full responsibility.
Yeah.
Everybody out. Out.
Oh, God. Are you dead?
I'm like, please don't leave me alone in here.
I went out to a club. Look, I had a lot to drink.
His self-control right now.
Spirit of total honesty, there was some...
Jesus.
I don't deserve this job. So you're right to fire me or punish me or do whatever you're gonna do.
I mean, he's taking full accountability
Yeah,
here.
he is. Got to respect that.
I believe in you. You'll have my vote forever. Whatever happens to me, I'll do whatever I can from afar to support you and your mayorship.
That was good
Heartfelt?
speech. Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked, didn't it?
I'm not gonna fire you.
Oof.
Or you, too. I've been around a lot of, let's just say, I know how unreliable people can be.
Right.
Loyalty and courage, 2 qualities that are not easily replicated.
Sir, I don't deserve to.
Daniel, just shut up.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, sir.
Giving people second chances, huh?
Oh, boy.
That said, if you ever do anything like that again,
oh, here we go.
Yep.
last thing that you ever do. Do you understand?
Yep. There's the Fisk.
Yeah.
We know and love.
Not only are you getting fired, you're getting taken care of.
Happen again.
Oh, yeah. That also went for her, too.
Because the thing is, people will say that, right? But some people actually mean it.
Seems like he's involved in a new scandal. I mean, look what just happened with the garbage.
What a
How
mess,
can we
man.
trust a guy like that who makes all of these promises to actually have our back?
You can't. And you shouldn't trust them.
Man. I wish we could, like in a perfect world, that he would mean it.
Oh, this is it.
Single kill shot at extreme close range and no one found the casing.
He's going to conduct his own investigation, huh? No way.
You're kidding me, right? They didn't even look.
Oh, yeah. He's going to see where it rolled down the hill. Ah, sick. Tracking it
Gorgeous.
down. Gonna have to go underground. I love the motif. Slowly creeping in. It's the Daredevil. Bingo.
Wow. Now he has this, but
Gonna have to track it. He can even do that.
Because the thing is, I wouldn't even trust for him to turn it in as evidence. Like, how does he know that they're even gonna...
Who do you trust?
Right.
That's the question. He needs resources now.
What is he up to?
So cool how he changes when nobody's looking.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Great performance from Charlie Cox.
Hello.
Anybody home?
How did he find this place is my question. Like,
I know you're in.
Whoa!
Shit! What the... Oh! Yes! He's back!
Hell yeah, dude. Frank Castle, good to see you.
What are you doing here? Hey, Ben, good?
His voice, dude.
Peachy.
Peachy, huh?
Guess whose logo I found on the bullet casing?
No way. Oh, that's why.
Bunch of bullshit fanboys, huh?
Yep.
And a lot of them cops.
What's that got to do with me?
Yeah.
It has everything to do with you.
Silly me.
The bitterness and contempt in his voice.
You know, you could use all this. It could be a service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be of service, huh?
How should he be of service?
Are you of service, Red?
Red.
Prance around the city in a Halloween costume, beating the snot out of bad guys. Hey, thank you for your service.
Here we go again, huh?
I was downrange, Red. Look at what it got me.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't realize you were a victim in all this.
He looks rough.
I ain't used that ass word my entire life. You don't put it in my mouth. You understand?
Ooh.
Want to go out there on the street, have at it. But I do not have time for your candy-ass hero shit.
He wants nothing to do with it, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Sorry to waste your time.
I'll tell you what I think, Red.
Tell me what you think.
I don't think you came here for my help.
What do you come here for?
See, I think you want my permission.
Permission? Mm-hmm. Someone to tell him to do it.
On somebody, huh? Want to hurt him?
Yeah, there's a part of him that misses it.
Not scared about what that means.
It's an interesting take. I like it.
His little gulp.
He knows him.
So you're so full of shit. That guilt, that shame, that's my home, Red.
He recognizes
I
it.
can see it on you. I can smell it on you. It's all over you.
Ooh.
Except he embraced it.
Horse shit about saving lives. How about that friend of yours? You save his life.
Frank.
Guys, come on, man.
It's not about him.
Just say his name.
It's not about him.
Say his name, you coward. Say his name.
Yeah, he's pushing him. It's all about him.
It is about him.
You up because you ain't done a goddamn thing about it.
Oh! Yep. Mm-hmm. He was gonna... Yep.
He's snapping.
You see how he's trying to control it so hard.
I apologize.
What are you sorry for? First honest thing you did, Red.
Wow.
It's not about him.
No.
It is.
It is, though.
He needs help, man.
It's all about him.
Oh.
Hear his voice.
He needs a friend.
Every time I start moving, I still hear my little boy.
Oh, my God.
And I hear his voice. He says, get him, Daddy. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah, that's his reasoning.
You know you didn't do a goddamn thing, and it's gonna keep eating at you. It's gonna keep eating and eating and eating. There's no getting away with it. You understand?
He understands what that guilt feels like extremely well.
I let the system take care of the rest.
Oh, you and your goddamn system. You and your goddamn system.
It's like the rooftop sequence all over again.
Yes.
You know he gets to breathe the same air that you breathe. You feel good about that?
He got life!
Oh, Matt.
How about old Foggy? He got life.
Jeez, man. Oh, that hurts. He didn't get a chance.
He was the kindest, purest soul I ever met. And guys like you and me, we could work a lifetime and never measure up to his decency.
Oh.
Wow. That's beautiful, man. The way he talks about his friend.
Goodbye, Frank.
That scene was amazing, man. Oh, I miss Frank.
Wonder if he's going to feel a sense of responsibility to help Red out.
Please, I need him to do something.
Because he's been where he's at now.
Yeah.
When Dr. Glenn asked to talk,
She asked if he felt safe with me.
He's not a dum-dum. Yeah.
It's what a prudent psychiatrist would ask.
And should ask.
But Wilson, should I?
Mm-hmm. Good question.
I learned by watching my father the power of persuasion or break their bodies. But forgiveness, that wasn't a part of who he was.
What about you, Fisk?
I would like for things to be the way they were. I understand that that may not be possible.
People change.
Yeah, people do change.
I'm not the same woman I was when you left.
So can it even work anymore?
You are something even more extraordinary.
Him leaving her like that really hurt her, huh?
So sorry. Just got pulled into another meeting.
You don't have to be sorry.
Really?
Maybe a tiny bit. You come home late one night and my mind is spinning. I mean,
ooh.
Maybe somebody kidnapped him.
Kidnapped.
Maybe.
Client who's proven innocent still ends up dead. Nobody seems to care.
Yeah, it must suck after everything he did for him.
You ever feel like you're pushing a rock up a hill and there's a bunch of people on the other side pushing it back?
Can probably relate a little bit. Her job is not that easy either.
You know, I can tell you pretty much anything you want to know. And I just have to kill you.
Ooh.
I got pretty used to coming home to an empty apartment.
Oh, no?
I can't imagine you not being here.
That's sweet.
They're gonna kill her, aren't they?
I really do. Don't say that. Oh my God. I mean, after how it's been going, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh man, not cool, man.
It's like the only bit of hope I see in his life is that at least he has her now.
He needs a win, man.
He can't
needs
sleep.
some comfort. No, would you?
Yeah, you know those words are. He's still thinking about those words that Frank just said.
Oh.
Whoa. That's where he keeps them.
Damn.
He's got a bunch of them just waiting for him. What, training?
Oh, that's a feast. Look at that. No more egg whites? Yeah, it's muscle memory.
Mr. Fisk.
I'm hearing chains. That's Adam. Oh my God. Not surprised.
He's not dead.
The highest form of love. I wonder, would you agree with that, Adam?
Oh my God.
Just kept him there all this time. Oh my goodness.
Fisk.
You do not wrong Fisk.
Please.
Oh, that is sick, man.
Let me out!
Ooh.
Don't you dare.
Yep. That's it for the
They're
week.
finishing it here? Okay. I was about to get pissed off. All right, this is the Muse again, correct? What's going on over here, man?
Oh, wow. It's got some people stashed in there.
What the hell?
Come on, man.
What?
Ugh.
What was he doing to him?
I guess he needs something to make the paint that he uses.
Oh my God.
Ouch. Okay, well that was episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again. Let's start with the good things here. I will say I absolutely loved the scene. I mean, I think everybody's going to be talking about that scene.
Yeah.
Between Charlie Cox, John Berthnall, Daredevil, Punisher. We got another great scene about ideology, philosophy, how to go about this whole thing of being a hero. And you could see that, I mean, Frank looks like he's in a pretty rough spot as well, right?
Yeah.
He's talking about like, look at where all of that got me, right? I'm not in a better place. And he's trying to get, Red to do something about it, or to at least admit that he's got this sense of guilt. And I have to say the performances both of them gave in that moment was phenomenal. You could see Matt really at just breaking, like his facade slowly breaking, because you cannot hide. You cannot lie to Frank Castle. He knows what a broken man is. He's been one, right?
Yeah.
And he can see that. And I feel like having someone who really can see through the bullshit really got to Matt. Like, okay, I cannot hide my feelings. And the way that Frank was pushing by, calling him a coward and telling him to say his name, to not hide from it.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was a powerful scene.
That was an incredible scene, man. I mean, that got me. It's difficult because, you have a character like Frank. He's not exactly known to, mince his words and speak to you in a encouraging and soft way. He will kind of slam you with the truth. And sometimes that's kind of what you need. And it's just heartbreaking because we know Matt. We know what kind of person he is. We know how much conflict he's carrying about everything that happened. We know what happened to Foggy is not his fault, but he still carries it like it is. Right. And when Frank confronted him with that, when he just kept saying, and you didn't do anything about it, to Frank, it's not good enough. You still being able to breathe air, you still being able to walk and live, even if it is in a prison cell, that's not good enough for him.
It's a luxury, right?
It is a luxury.
Yeah.
You are still alive, and in an emotional level, that's completely understandable. But to see, when confronted with that, the way Matt just crumbled under the pain because it just reflected the guilt that he felt, right? And how he blames himself. And it's incredible. Like Frank, it's like you said, he picked up on it like that. He didn't miss a beat. He saw exactly what was going on with Matt. And I feel like this is kind of what Matt needed to hear. Not because Frank really thinks that Matt didn't do enough, but because this is kind of a lie. This is not really all of Matt, just being a lawyer. And I think...
And he knows it's not working.
It's not.
It's really
not good enough. It's really not, because sometimes you really have to do more than just,
especially if you can
trust the system.
Right? Going back to the, not to quote, but like going into the whole with great power
comes with great responsibility. It is.
Clearly, if you could do these things, you kind of should help people out, and I know that, Matt felt guilty for what happened because he felt like he crossed that line, and he maybe feels like he doesn't have the pulse on what's right or wrong anymore.
Right.
And he's scared of hurting people that might not deserve that extent of punishment. But at the same time, he's letting others get away with a lot more than he would have back in the Daredevil days. And it's starting to hurt the city, starting to hurt actual innocent people. And the numbers are just going to start piling up at this point, right? He's starting to see the cracks in the system that he so much believes in, or that he wants to believe in, and is not in that ideal position to just rely on that, right?
Yeah, it's interesting to me how this whole situation with, police officers brandishing the Punisher's symbol, and how you see that's brewing and it's bubbling up and it's coming to an escalation point. We've only seen Frank for just a few minutes. I don't know if he is even doing anything about it. If he's not, I'm very curious as to why he was acting so nonchalant about it when he's like, oh, it's just a bunch of fanboys, And I wonder, because it's like, it's difficult to lay judgment because all of these people, if you think about it, think that they're doing it for the right reasons, right? And they're asking some very interesting questions here when it comes to justice and, taking it into your own hands and, really exploring very much the pros and cons and both, working within the system, but also working outside of it. And it's impossible to just say, oh no, all vigilantism should be okay. Like you can't really say that. There's no one blanket answer for this. And I really enjoy that they're, exploring all of the gray areas and all of the nuances on both sides. Like they're not painting like vigilantism in a way where it's the only way to do things, but we are growing to understand the nuances of both.
Yeah, they're definitely depicting it in a more layered way.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that they're taking the time for it. I have to say, going into some of the negatives, this being a weekly show, I'm starting to feel some of that momentum affect me, where, I'm sure that more people feel the way that I do. I just wish I could keep watching, what I mean? Because some episodes don't fulfill me the same way that, I know I would feel if I knew, okay, I can just go ahead and watch the next episode. And, certain episodes feel like a continuation or like the first layer for a sequel episode. And that's the episode that really wraps everything up and really kind of concludes certain things.
It's like a bridge episode.
Yeah,
you need it, but it
this
doesn't
very
really...
much felt that way. So it's like we started a lot of things. We're getting into that direction of, both Fisk and Matt starting to realize that they need to be more than just Fisk and Matt, which we knew was going to happen eventually. But I'm not saying that I want the payoff of seeing Daredevil immediately, but getting something, it very much feels like it's all brewing, and it feels a bit redundant. I think the previous episode did a great job with the whole court case and just seeing Matt do his thing. This one, I'm glad that we kind of addressed the whole, bullet casing and the Punisher stuff, and we got to see him. But that was just a short part of this episode, really. It was about 5 to 10 minutes.
I feel like it should have been way more.
I think those 5 to 10 minutes were amazing. Getting the reveal that Fisk had Adam locked in there somewhere. We kind of expected that too. We were waiting for it to happen.
They kept showing the close-ups on his hands, like how his knuckles were bruised and stuff. But it's like, okay, he's beating up somebody, but...
So I guess if it's going to be to this extent, this level of predictable, I would like to have certain things that kind of shake it up a bit. I think the first episode was able to do that. Obviously, we had a big death.
Yeah.
Weren't expecting it. And it started off strong. And then episode 2 kind of slowed down. Episode 3 was great. Episode 4 is kind of slowing down again. So it's just this weird tempo for a whole season that I think it might be us because we're watching it week by week.
Yeah.
But also just as a season as a whole, like it doesn't feel like there's no tempo being built. It feels like we built it only to lose it in the next episode because we're not really taking advantage of it, if that makes any sense. So that's like the only criticism I would have. I like the writing. I like the performances. I like what they're doing with the story. I think those are very strong things. But in terms of like the showrunner, I can kind of see where, or feel more than see where they could have had some issues and why they had to kind of reformat this entire, because obviously this is like the V2 version of what the show was. I wonder what the showrunner did to try to address, because this feels a bit rocky, and then this is like the fixed version. I don't want to know. Can't imagine what the previous version would have been like, but I guess we'll see, man. I'm hoping that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are strong and that they continue to build on the story that they've layered so far, and that they don't take a moment to kind of stop. I'm not saying to not slow down the story, but don't lose that momentum. Like you can still tell a story without losing that sense of dread, that dark tone that was still here, but very little bit. It was very little,
Yeah, I think the main point of criticism that I would have is the connective tissue between each episodes is a little weak. I feel like the only string that connects all of them right now is really the loss of Foggy, and granted, that is monumental. It's earth-shattering, right? It changes everything about Matt and his journey. But I feel like like Hector's death kind of happened. We addressed it in the first few minutes, and then that was kind of that.
Yeah,
and
when
I
he
feel
felt
like
such a big part of what the season was going to be.
Yeah, we spent like an episode and a half, I would say, with him, or like 2 episodes, like waiting to see what his case was, what was going to happen, and the fact that we ended up losing him, knowing that is an important character with important ties to the future. I'm assuming they wouldn't introduce it otherwise. It feels like like the shows, like the CW shows that have like 22 episodes where they get to squeeze in a few episodes that really are throwaway episodes. And, in the grand scheme of things, it's fine. But, we only have 9 episodes. We don't really have the luxury to have throwaway episodes. Every episode needs to hit harder than the last one. You know what I mean?
I feel like they're probably relying on that second season a little bit too much. Whereas
I'm
like, we have the luxury
of,
we have another 9 episodes.
I'm assuming that's what it is. And I think anytime you have something that's released weekly, I really agree with you when you're saying like it suffocates the momentum. Obviously we're going to be back again next week, sure, but you don't really want to build up a resentment in your audience for showing up, the things that we read the comments, you know what I mean? Like we've seen the teasers, we've seen the trailers, and we had, oh yeah, Foggy and Karen are back, and turns out they're not, and
they're really not.
And like we see like a scene of the Punisher, and then we get 5 minutes of him, and I'm like, then don't advertise it that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Might as well have the surprise then.
Exactly.
And not know that it's there, and at least be happy to get your 5 minutes then.
Yeah.
Make it this whole thing.
Exactly.
And then you make the audience wait a whole other week.
Yeah.
To see Frank again.
This way, like it doesn't feel satisfying because we're in limbo being like, oh, so like, is he back now? Or was it really just like this one, if granted, a fantastic moment, it felt almost like a straight out of a Greek tragedy, like these 2 powerhouses, these 2 forces of nature confronting each other the way that they did. It was amazing, but if Frank's not going to come back, then it's kind of worthless. No. You know what I mean?
He's definitely coming back. What they need to do now is give us like a very strong finale. Like that's the only thing that can justify like these kind of episodes is like,
right.
In hindsight, when we watch them, we're like, oh, but this kind of introduced the beginnings of that other thing. Or,
right.
Maybe it's a when looking back type of thing. I just thought this episode is probably the weakest yet.
Yeah.
Outside of those 10 minutes.
Interestingly enough, it had some of the most powerful performances for a lot of the actors, but it was also like structurally speaking and screenwriting wise, I felt like this was kind of on the lower end when it comes to the energy that it brought to the overall story.
And again, I wouldn't feel this way. I wouldn't feel this much if I had the next episode to just go ahead and watch it and kind of cleanse my palate and be like, okay, well at least we got some of the Punisher and we got to address that whole ordeal and we got an answer about Adam, I guess, and we can move on. Let's see what anyone else. But now the fact that we have to wait a whole week is heavy. Like that's the thing that makes me go, man, we didn't need this. You could have really given us something that felt fulfilling. Like, gosh, this show is amazing. That was a great episode. Fantastic. Because look at the previous episode. Even though we didn't get Daredevil, right? It was Matt Murdock killed it, right? In the court case. And it was gripping. You were in it and the acting and everything. Like the whole story I thought was done very well. So this is not a criticism on the show as a whole. Don't get me wrong. No. I think so far they're doing great. I just think this episode in particular, probably not my favorite. I think it's the weakest one so far of the season. I'm hoping we don't get that many more like this and more like episode 3 and 1. Yes. That's all I got to say. So yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts. How are you guys liking the show so far? Are you guys enjoying it? Let us know what you thought about today's episode. What do you think about the Punisher and Matt Murdock or Punisher and Daredevil scene? Because obviously that was the highlight, and getting to see Matt Murdock train just a little bit, you know, he feels a little tempted to get back into the suit, and we got a little glimpse of those cowls, right? They look beautiful, man. I cannot wait to see which one. And why does he have so many, right? Which ones does he pick? Does it depend on the situation? I guess we'll find out. Guys, thank you so much for watching this with us. We hope that you guys enjoy, and as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya.